Well, this title might be a little bit clickbaity. So, is Honkai Star Rail going to become the next Genshin Impact? Um, Essentially, not at all what it sounds like. Biggest thing about it is Genshin Impact is a casual game. It is arguably the casual game of all time. It is for a long time, people hoped that it would be not only casual. There'd be some clan battles, some PvP, maybe some like who can clear Spiral Abyss the fastest. And it never came. And Genshin has kind of been delegated this. Okay, it's a story game. It is for casual players, and it is kind of play when you want, how you want, for the most part. And will Honkai Star Rail become that? Now, as you can see, looking at this, Honkai Star Rail this was posted 6 days after Honkai Star Rail's release, made just a little under half of what Genshin Impact made in the entire month, and got third place of all global server gacha games, which is really respectable for 6 days. And not so much as revenue, because that'd be like, is it the Genshin killer? Which it really isn't. They're two separate games. It's like comparing, will Call of Duty kill Minecraft? Like, they're entirely different archetypes of games, essentially. But Honkai Star Rail's doing very good. And income overall, the most recent banner, Baizu and Ganyu, on Genshin, did the worst it's ever seen this last month. So it's a little awkward time for Genshin, whereas Honkai Star Rail came at a perfect time. Genshin's been slowing down a lot lately. Everyone's waiting for the new story, and a lot of people quit and they're only playing it for the story now that they know that there's no point grinding like they used to, when it has absolutely no merit anymore, and you can clear the content anyways, and they're never going to make it harder. Star Rail came at a really good time when Genshin was slowing down. Will it become the new Genshin Impact? No, because they're inherently different games, but it will become similar unless MiHoYo does something specific to Star Rail, and that would be add a system where you are actually incentivized to play. Right now, people are playing because it's fun. Game is awesome, fun. It's fun to play, fun to think about. The story's awesome. The characters are all cool. It's really well built. Voice acting's great. The main character is voice acted. That didn't happen in Genshin, but it's gonna slow down unless MiHoYo brings endgame, like true endgame content, where maybe there's like a guild system, like in most team-based RPGs, where you with your guild can fight like a mega boss, and that mega boss gives rewards to your guild, and maybe you compete with other guilds to see what guild can do the best and get the best rewards, and that's something really important that the game needs to see, because if it doesn't see that, it's going to become like Genshin very quickly. And I think people have kind of realized this, is MiHoYo wants to build casual games. They want to build games that people can just play whenever they want and not exactly feel pressured to have to grind it, except that you kind of feel pressured to grind it to get new characters, but that's just super FOMO, which every gacha game has. I mean, even normal gambling does. You gamble a little bit, but now you got the FOMO. It's like you can't leave the slot, because what if the next pull is the jackpot? You can't let anybody else have it, right? So ideally, though, they add something like that. There's not going to be PvP. I highly doubt there would be PvP. The systems that they have in place for the game don't seem to be befitting of PvP. Stuff like March 7th would have to be nerfed to the ground, because if she ults, you basically would win, being able to freeze them and stuff. Welt can turn cycle. Clara, you just hit her and she kills you. It's not built for PvP, but PvE type intrapersonal content would be cool. I know it's everyone who plays Genshin has wanted to see something similar. It hasn't happened, and it's probably never going to happen. But Star Rail, still up in the air. And it'd be cool to see it happen a couple updates from now, maybe, as people get more built and maybe as the game starts to slow down, you strategically release, hey, mega bosses and guilds. Make the game a little more social and give you something to work towards. And that would be really good for the game and for just kind of the Honkai and Genshin franchises as a whole. I know Honkai Impact 3rd has similar stuff. The issue, though, is it's completely dominated by whales or some free-to-play players that have played every day, nonstop, since the day the game came out. Another game that has a very similar way that it works is Punishing Grey Raven down here. It's all a bunch of the whales pretty much at the top of leaderboards. But that's to be expected with those games especially. But I feel like Star Rail can be done free-to-play. And you can be topping leaderboards free-to-play because the game in itself is very free-to-play. Eidolons don't give a whole lot. In Genshin, it changes how the game's played entirely. In Star Rail, it gives like a 50% damage boost max on some characters, and other characters might heal a bit better. But if you know what you're doing, you can be plenty strong. And it doesn't change the content. And even if they added like clan battle type things, like guild bosses and raids or something like that, I don't think free-to-plays would be completely left in the dust. Whales would obviously whales would become stronger than the free-to-plays for the most part, but free-to-plays would still be able to make up a vast majority of the top end of players, I think, because the game is just built around not needing to spend money to be as strong as possible. They give you a bunch of stuff for free. If you're smart with your crystals, you can get everyone you could want. I know for free-to-plays, a lot of free-to-play, if it was a problem, getting enough damage on the boss or doing good enough in those kind of battles, damage over time teams, once everyone gets Kafka, because everyone's going to go for Kafka, and eventually everyone also gets like Sampo as well. You can go Kafka, Sampo, and like 2 other characters that do damage over time or something, and you can have some pretty crazy damage over time comps too. That can help if you can build them really bulky, which might not be ideal, but it depends on the system and how it works. If there's no turn limit, it's like go till you die. You could build a super bulky team that has damage over time effects that you stack. If it's you have a time limit, do as much damage as possible. You can throw in for the hunt characters, like Sela, Dan Hong, Su Shang, and the Yangqing or whatever. I forget his name. The guy with all the swords, all the blue swords. And you could do something like that. And that could be cool. But no, Honkai Star Rail's not going to be the new Genshin. I hope it's the better of Genshin. I hope it does come out with some sort of a guild boss, raid boss type mechanic, part of the game that you can actually play with friends and teammates and actually try to be strong as possible and have some merit to it. But if it doesn't, it's a fun game to keep in my pocket, The story's enjoyable, and once I get to a point where I'm built enough and all my characters are on legendary relics and they're all max level and stuff, it's like I don't need to play the game till there's more story. That's okay. I have other games to go play. But I'd love to be able to play it because it's great. I'm going to play it every day till I get Kafka. I mean, personally, I think damage over time teams are cool and Kafka's dope. So I'm going to do that. But after that, if it slows down, oh well. Give me time to do other things. Adulting sucks. So like, I kind of need all the time I can get. The game is not super time consuming, but it's there. So if I end up not playing it for a while here or there, like that's not really detrimental to me. It kind of gives me time to go like grocery shopping, you know? So, yeah, no, it's not going to replace Genshin, but it has potential to be what everyone wished Genshin was. And so does Genshin, but they said they aren't going to do that. So, like, Genshin's a mini game simulator at this point, honestly. Every event's just a bunch of mini games, but Star Rail has potential to be something crazy. Whereas Genshin is the crazy, but it's kind of toned down a little bit. So we'll kind of see where it goes from here. Only time can tell, and hopefully MiHoYo actually listens to some of the bigger creators in the community and gets going on some things, because that'd be awesome to see. I really hope, personally, that we end up seeing some good things from Star Rail. I hope next month we see Star Rail on the top of this list, and I hope in the Game of the Year 2023, unless that already happened, in which case 2024 could be Star Rail, because that'd be crazy. Genshin got it 2 years in a row, and that game is got it's only single player, and it's got nothing but mini games anymore. Mini games and story. And honestly, they're making an anime, and at that point, why would I play the story if I'm just gonna watch it? It looks really pretty too, so I think I'd rather watch it if it's the same kind of storyline. I don't think it's gonna be, because both the twins are in there of the travelers, but if it is the same story or similar enough, yeah, no, definitely the anime over the game for me, because the game takes a long time, hours and hours and hours, and I don't got that. Again, adulting, woo, gotta go shop for groceries, pay my taxes, you know. So nah, it'd be nice to see Star Rail become something really special, like not that it isn't, but it could be better, you know. It could be the gacha game. I believe that it can get to that stature, but we'll see what MiHoYo wants to do with it. And yeah, I'll leave it at that, honestly. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully this video ages well, and in 2 years from now we have raid battles, bosses, and guild stuff, and not more mini games like Genshin did. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, peace out. I gotta go pay my taxes. Bye-bye.